tell you, I've not had people clapping over the actual punchline on that bit before. What a treat. And we're filming it. It's going live. I'm 44 years old, and I am currently making the transition from recreational drugs to prescription. And I'll tell you about that, Burr, that sucks. We missed a good drug. I wish it was the 1930s. All the recreational drugs were prescription. You get your fucking face blown off in the 1930s. Crazy stuff going on. You can get okay, here's the thing. Edmund Hillary, first guy to climb Everest, he was on meth the entire time. Everyone was, including him. He didn't climb Everest, he got on the ice and slid up. Cough syrup ingredients list in the 1930s. Alcohol, chloroform, cannabis, and morphine. For 2 guinea tuppence halfpenny. That's why old people are like, you fucking kids, you're fucking soft. You had a bottle of liquid Charlie Sheen. Pump the brakes, Cecil. And listen, here's the other thing, is dentists didn't have injectables, they put cocaine on your gums to numb them before a fucking procedure. What a time to be alive. No fear of dentists back in those days. I feel sorry for the dentist. You got 8 minutes to put it on you. 8 minutes till it kicks in and this fuckwit wants to start a business with you. Drugs. I gotta walk away from drugs. I've had a bloody good run on the drugs, but I gotta walk away, you know? I've done a lot of lines in bathrooms, but I gotta tell you guys, best line I've ever done in a bathroom, single line on a negative pregnancy test. That's a fucking good buzz, I'll tell you, that lasts for months. And I know it's supposed to be her pee. Okay, I know. Don't yuck my yum, damn you.
And then I got thrust back into the dating game as well, which I was not prepared for, man, because I'd been married for quite some time. And during the course of my marriage, I'd done like a whole bunch of stuff to become a better fucking person. And I gave up drinking, I gave up smoking, I gave up recreational drugs, and then I realised that they were all the things that made me interesting. And you boys know what I'm talking about, eh? I fucking woke up 47, single and sober. And like, each part of that individually sounds shit, but when you cram it into one long continual description of yourself, it fast turns into a large dose of no. No, thank you. And then I had to go out and start dating again, and it was really weird because like the last person that I had dated was my wife, and when I started dating her, she was in her mid-20s, and now I'm in my late 40s, and I'm dating women my own age because you young women are fucking mental, and I learned that there are some very large differences between dating women in their mid-20s and women in their mid to late 40s, and all the women are looking at me at the moment now going, fucking duh. But I know these blokes are looking at me going, fuck, really? It's true, there is massive differences. The first difference that you get between dating a woman in her 20s and dating a woman in her 40s. Date a woman in her 20s, 2 or 3 dates in, you will have this conversation with her where she will turn around to you and she will say something along the lines of, in the interest of being honest, I have to let you know that around that time of the month, I go a little bit fucking mental. Sometimes I get sad, sometimes I feel bad, sometimes I get fucking stabby. But it's not my fault, it's the hormones and I don't mean it. And because we're good people and we want to root you, we say things like, that's fine. We understand there's no need to apologise. I went on a date with a woman, she's the same age as me, 48 years old. We weren't even halfway through dinner. She just looked me dead in the eye and went, by the way, I should let you know, I'm perimenopausal. Right? See, all the people laughing at that are the people that knows what the fuck that means. I did not know what that meant. So I looked at her, I'm not making any of this up, this is a word for word true conversation. I looked at her and I said, what does that mean? And she just looked at me and went, it means if I tell you to run, fucking go. But I still thought I was on a date with a woman in her mid-20s. I looked at her, I said, oh, there's no need to apologise. She went, I fucking wasn't. She said, I was warning you, cunt, you're welcome.
Fuck, I don't care. care. You'd fucking hit it, so you would. He's like, it's my mum, but I would. You're conflicted because you're all looking at fucking porn about middle-aged women. You are. You dirty bastard. Are you the father? You're nodding, you dirty horror. Oh. That's the number one search for porn category is horny MILFs and stepmoms. Do you know that? You laugh too hard at that. Fuck off. Fuck off. You've got tabs open on your phone right now. You don't want to be young and hot. You want to let yourself go to shit. That's what they're wanking over. It is. I've watched a bit of porn, you know, just for research and that, you know, like. And I've seen these poor women objectified in the prime of their life. There's Maureen on all fours, getting pegged harder than a tent in Manjara, you know. You can see the sadness in her eyes. She's not doing that for fun. She's doing it to buy the kids birthday presents. Poor darling, covered in sperm. Oh, all over her face. Can you imagine? If you got sperm in my face, I'd stab you in the fucking eyes. That's a young man's game, sperm, isn't it? Do you not think so, isn't it? You know what I'm talking about, darling. Isn't it? They're all fucking wanking 700. I've got a 17-year-old son. He has 20-minute showers every morning, never looks any cleaner when he comes out, you know. Stalactites of sperm from the ceiling. Honestly, it's a young man's game. I want a nice old man with old man sperm, you know. Because your sperm's like dust, isn't it, you know? It's like when you stand on a puffball. It's like asbestos spores floating in the air. You don't even need a tissue, you can vacuum it off, you know? Too much? I don't give a fuck, strap in.
I've got a 5-year anniversary coming up with my lovely girlfriend, very excited about that. This is the longest relationship I've been in, and I've noticed that some things have changed over the time we've been together, you know? Things change over the course of a relationship, like blowjobs, you know? You know what I mean, sir? Too scared to answer? Fair enough. All right, good stuff. The blowjobs are different now, you know, like, because in the beginning of the relationship, they happened. No, she does them now, but they're just very different, you know, because blowjobs, they do change, and ladies, I know why, I'm onto you. Yeah, I'm onto your little game. You like to gaslight us men with the blowjobs, don't you, girls? Yeah, because early on in the relationship, you're so exotic and passionate with the blowjobs, aren't you? You're like, I love doing it, it's fun for me, you know? You like doing it. The first time you get us alone in a room with our penis, you're like a bulldog with an ice cream. You're like, you go crazy on us, and us idiot men we fall for. We're like, oh my god, I love you so much. Is this how they're always going to be? You're like, always, baby. And then a few short years later, it's like you're savouring a Calippo on a hot summer's day. You're like, checking your Instagram and shit. Oh shit, everyone's in Europe right now. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you my favourite part about that joke is watching all the ladies lose it laughing and their boyfriends be like, what the fuck?
Blake was talking about blowjobs, which is exciting. So that's one of the things that's you tapped out when I said blowjobs. You're a fan of them in the room. But that's one of the things that's stuck since marriage, right? Even though I'm single again, is that I don't watch porn anymore. Right? It was being married got me off the porn for good, because it was being married that made me realise how unrealistic porn is. I can't get into it anymore because it's mainly because of that bit at the end of a blowjob. Like the woman in porn, the woman never like runs to the bathroom, but like and like runs off dribbling. So it's like you can't, you can only suspend your disbelief so much, can't you? When you're like, well, I know he's not a plumber, but when she's like, num 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 num, it's like, all right.